October is National Bullying Awareness Month, and if this is something you or your child is struggling with, there is a lot of help out there.
Yeah, that's right. JW.org is a free resource with information on how to successfully navigate bullying without resorting to violence or retaliation, right? Here to tell us more in this sponsored segment is Robert Hendricks, the national spokesperson for Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Great Day, Colorado.
Thanks for having me. Wish I was there viewing those beautiful mountains.
I know. We wish you were here too. Virtually will just have to suffice.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have you in studio later. But let's dive into these questions. So if you could tell us, why do Jehovah's Witnesses want to speak up about this really important issue that kids across the country are dealing with on a day-to-day basis?
Well, you just said it, right? This is a sobering topic. Children across this country, across the world, are dealing with this. In fact, some data shows that from 22 to 28% of children 12 to 18 have been bullied. And bullying has a significant effect on children. I mean, at worst case scenario, we've heard of children who take their own lives. We've heard of children who are violent toward others as a result of it, and go back to bullying as something that caused that. We know that it affects them emotionally. We know that it affects their mental health. We know that bullying also affects how often they go to school and how sick they feel, their physical aspects of their life. So bullying is a topic that, because it affects so many of our children, because the effects are so egregious at times, we need to talk about it.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
Definitely agree. You know, it's a tough conversation, but what can really be done to help children going through this?
You know, when we think about the resources available on JW.org, what they help parents to do, what they help mentors to do, is start the conversation. It really is about communication. It is about putting it on the table for kids. We can't expect children to come home and say, hey, I was bullied today. They won't necessarily come home with the physical marks of bullying, perhaps like happened 20 or 30 years ago. It's those marks inside. It's that pain that's in their heart that needs to come out. And so, utilizing Beat a Bully Without Fists, which is a whiteboard animation on JW.org, utilizing some of the worksheets that are available for kids will help them do a couple of things. Number one, it will help them to talk about it and see other children in dramatizations that have been bullied, and whether there is a correlation. It will help them to be able to distinguish the difference between bullying and simply being criticized. You know, criticism is a part of life, and it's a lifelong skill to be able to deal with the fact that we do get criticized, and sometimes that criticism is not said in a way that is especially kind. And so distinguishing those two is very, very important for kids. And finally, opening that communication between a child, hopefully his parents or her parents, or a mentor. That's so important, and that's why these tools are so powerful.
Well, Robert, thank you so much for coming in studio with us today. We appreciate it. I wish we had more time with you. You're a wealth of information, but we do have a link where people can go if they do need these sort of resources. So thank you so much for being one of those resources yourself. And Jehovah's Witnesses is offering free Bible studies that can be accessed online over video conference or in person to make it easy. The Bible studies offer additional support for families coping with bullying. If you want to learn more, just go online, JW.org, and we want to say thank you again to Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania for sponsoring this segment.